Who will be champion this time next year? I'm not a psychic, but I have my predictions for who will be the champion at New Year's Day 2025. This is going to be between all promotions: WWE, AEW, Impact, TNA, New Japan, and Ring of Honor. And I have those answers for you right now. So when I'm wrong, you can all gloat. Or when I'm right, you'll see that I'm better than all those other guys. Let's start off big. We'll start off with WWE. First up, the WWE Universal Champion, currently Roman Reigns. I think New Year's Day it will be Cody Rhodes. I know there's the whole debacle with Roman and Cody at Mania and The Rock, but I think regardless of whether this happens at Mania, whether this happens at Saudi Arabia, wherever, Cody will walk into 2025 as Universal Champion. Next, WWE World Heavyweight Champion, currently Seth Rollins. I think it is going to be Gunther. Drew will probably win it off of Seth, and then I would say Gunther wins it off of Drew. All right, WWE Women's World Champion, currently Rhea Ripley. I think that going into 2025, it will be Chelsea Green. I think she's going to get the Money in the Bank contract, cash in, and successfully win that championship. The WWE Women's Champion, currently Io Sky. I say it's going to be Shayna Baszler that wins it before the new year. The WWE United States Champion, currently Logan Paul. Less confident, but I say it's going to be Johnny Gargano. They're putting him and Ciampa in the tag title picture, and I think they'll eventually do the DIY split, which is definitely coming, and Johnny will make it up to that US title picture. Next, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, currently Gunther. I think it's going to be Solo Sikoa. I think Jey Uso's taking the title off of Gunther, and then Solo's going to be right behind Jey, ready to take that title off of him. Next, the WWE Tag Team Champions, currently Judgment Day. This is a little interesting because there are so many tag teams right now, and none of them are really in the picture to take the title off of Judgment Day, but there's one team that's on the rise and in a prominent fashion. I think it's going to be the Street Profits. The WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, currently the Kabuki Warriors. I think the Kabuki Warriors are going to bring the titles into the new year, whether it's the same reign as now or they lose it and get it right back. I don't think there's any contender for the titles that are formidable right now, so they're going to be holding on to those titles for a while and potentially go into the new year with them. The NXT champion, currently Ilya Dragunov, and I think Obafemi is going to go into 2025 with it because he's been on a fast rise. The dude has it all, and Ilya's going to be called up to main roster. I don't know if Obafemi's going to beat Ilya for it, but I think Obafemi's going to get it this year and end the year with it. All right, NXT Women's Champion, currently Lyra Valkyria, and I think Cora Jade is going to go into the new year with it. With how long she's spent in NXT without a championship, she had the tag titles with Roxanne, but she never had the women's champion, I don't believe. So I think she's gonna either beat Lyra for it, or I'm not sure how that'll play out. But Cora Jade is due for a singles title run. Next, the NXT North American Champion, currently Obafemi. I say Charlie Dempsey's gonna get it. How he's kind of poised himself internationally. Clearly, they have big things set for him, and especially now that William Regal is back at NXT, I think Charlie Dempsey will be quick on the rise now in the future of NXT this year. All right, the NXT Tag Team Champions, currently Tony D'Angelo and Stax. I was thinking there aren't a lot of tag teams that are in prime position to be challenging for those titles. I mean, you've got Gallus, but I think Gallus are going to be on the main roster before the end of the year, so I'm going to say Malik Blade and Idris Enofe are going to have those titles because they've been getting pushed more and more. They've been getting better stories, And I think before we know it, they're going to have an underdog push and get those titles going into the new year. And finally, the NXT Heritage Cup champion. Currently, Noam Dar. I think Axiom is going to get that cup because that is a workhorse title. You want somebody who wrestles a lot, and getting it off of Noam Dar, you'll want to face. Axiom is that face to get it off of Dar, and Axiom, we see him wrestle a lot all the time, and not necessarily in big story matches, so I think the Heritage Cup will be perfect for him. Alright, next let's move on to AEW. The AEW World Champion, currently Samoa Joe. I think it's going to be Adam Cole. Now, I don't know where his injury is going to take him, but I think before the new year, he should be back to wrestling. And once he's back to wrestling, I know Tony Khan is going to push him right to the championship. The AEW Women's World Champion, currently Toni Storm. We have All In coming up this year, and we didn't get it last year, but I think this year we'll get Jamie Hayter returning after injury and winning that championship back off of Toni Storm. The TBS champion, currently Julia Hart. I think it's going to be Athena. There aren't many women in contention for this title. You've got Willow, but I think they're going to keep shafting Willow, unfortunately. And I think Athena, who's been doing great work on Ring of Honor, is going to come up to the main roster, or I say main roster, come up to Prime AEW and win the TBS championship. The AEW World Tag Team Champions, currently Big Bill and Ricky Starks. I think the Kingdom is going to get them. Yeah, I think at some point in the year they're going to have the Undisputed Kingdom hold all the titles. At some point. I don't think it's going to be the very end of the year. I think it's going to be just before the very end of the year. Because I have Adam Cole winning the world title. I have the Kingdom winning the tag team titles. But next, the international champion, which Roderick Strong, I think, is going to win off of Orange Cassidy. But I don't think he's going to take it into the new year. I think he's going to have some great matches, probably against like Shibata, some great technical wrestlers. Maybe bring Kyle O'Reilly back. He'll probably beat Kyle O'Reilly to defend it. But I think the person who's going to beat Roddy and bring it into the new year will be Daniel Garcia. Next, the TNT champion, currently Christian Cage. I mean, it's safe to say that Adam Copeland will eventually take it off of Christian Cage. But going to the new year, I think it will be Miro holding that belt, potentially with Wardlow right behind him. All right, next we have the AEW World Trios champions, currently the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass. I think, unfortunately, House of Black is going to hold those belts. I want Malachi Black to be in the singles picture. I want all three of those guys to be in singles, but Tony Khan sees them only in the trios, so I think we're going to get them as trios champs again. I was thinking the Elite, but with Kenny's injury, I don't see how the Elite could be in that picture. All right, next, the AEW Continental Champion, currently Eddie Kingston. Now, who knows how the three belts are going to work, but I think they're going to split them up once Eddie loses them. So I think the Continental Champion will become Will Ospreay. They'll want to put a belt on Will Ospreay ASAP, and I think the only belt that they could put on him would be the Continental Champion, because with that shared New Japan history and love for Japanese wrestling, Will Ospreay and Eddie Kingston would be a good match to swap belts. All right, next we have Ring of Honor. So the Ring of Honor World Champion, currently Eddie Kingston. Ring of Honor World Champion is going to be Bryan Danielson. I think he's going to beat Eddie Kingston for it. The feud that will result in Danielson getting that world championship, because Claudio had it, and it seems like the people who win that championship aren't people in Ring of Honor. It's always AEW people getting that belt, so I think Bryan Danielson will win that championship and defend it probably on AEW. All right, next, the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, currently Athena. I think Billie Starkz 100%. I mean, she's been lined up so much to get the championship, still in the story with Athena. I think eventually she's going to win that championship, whether it's from Athena or whoever takes it off of Athena. Next, the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, currently, oh my god, who's the Pure Champion? Wheeler Yuta is the Pure Champion. I think Lee Moriarty is going to win that championship and bring it into 2025. I mean, everyone agrees that Lee Moriarty is underutilized, and I think maybe this will be his year to win some kind of championship. The dude is insanely talented, and I think the Pure division is giving him something without really giving him something, and I know Tony Khan wouldn't really want to give him something. Next, we have the Ring of Honor World Television Championship, currently held by Kyle Fletcher. I think this is going to go to Shane Taylor. So Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty are going to hold 2 Ring of Honor belts. It would be a great moment, and Shane Taylor would be great for defending that championship. Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, currently the Kingdom, the Undisputed Kingdom, rather. I think they're still going to hold on to it. I think they're going to keep those championships going into the new year and kind of keep Undisputed Kingdom in a hold all the gold kind of state. Next, the Ring of Honor World Trios Champions, currently Bullet Club Gold. And this one's tough because, again, there's not really many contenders for it. And I don't think Bullet Club Gold's going to hold on to it for the rest of the year. I'm going to say Dalton Castle and the boys are going to win it. I don't know. It seems like they're kind of depth guy status, but I don't really see any other trio getting it. I mean, I don't want to see Mogul Embassy getting it again. I don't know. I think Dalton Castle and the boys will get it. All right, let's go on to TNA. The TNA World Champion, currently Alex Shelley. Oh no, currently Moose. Moose is currently the TNA World Champion. I think Josh Alexander is going to have it going to the new year. Because Josh lost it due to injury, he's due to have it back. And him versus Moose, reigniting that feud, and it would be poetic for him to win it back from Moose. TNA Knockouts World Champion, currently Jordan Grace. I think Giselle Shaw is going to have it. She's put in too much work to not have the championship for a while. She's got the X. Cashing in against Jordan Grace would be a great moment and kind of a payoff to all the work that Giselle Shaw's been putting in. The TNA X Division Champion, currently Chris Sabin. I think Ace Austin is going to get it. I was torn between Chris Bay and Ace Austin, but I feel like Chris Bay might be either in world champion territory or moving to another company. And Ace Austin could do with the X Division Championship again. And yeah, I think that's the best move. TNA Digital Media Champion, right now it's Crazy Steve. I think it's going to be AJ Francis with it. It's kind of like the nothing title, the clout title, because like Tommy Dreamer had it, now Crazy Steve has it, and AJ Francis seems to be like the A guy in the company who's like present. TNA World Tag Team Champions, currently ABC. I think Subculture is gonna have it. Subculture's due for it. I was torn between them and Grizzled Young Veterans, but I think Subculture has been in the picture longer than GYV. So next, the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, currently Decay, and I think Decay is going to keep holding on to those because when I was looking at it yesterday, there's not many contenders for it. So I might as well just stay Decay. All right, New Japan Pro Wrestling. This one was a little bit rougher predicting. The IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, currently Tetsuya Naito. I think Zack Sabre Jr. is going to win that belt and have it at the end of the year. It's due time for him to win that championship. Next, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, currently El Desperado. I say Clark Connors. Now that Drilla Maloney is out with a torn bicep, or he's not out yet. I think after the cage match, he's going to be out. But Clark Connors is going to be without a tag team partner. And because of that, he's going to move to the singles junior division and take out Despe or whoever's the champion by that time. Clark Connors, they want gold on him, and the junior belt is perfect for that. The IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion, currently David Finlay. I say Shota Umino. Shota Umino, again, one of those people that's due for a championship. He's been on the rise, and I think David Finlay's going to move up to the world title picture out of the global picture. So Shota Umino, I think that's a good spot for him. And that's kind of where they're lining him up for. The Never Openweight Champion, currently Evil. It's kind of in goofy title territory right now, so I say Great-O-Khan's going to win it. It kind of also depends on who's leading United Empire after Will Ospreay leaves. Great-O-Khan might be the the mouthpiece at the very least. So I think he's going to win the Never Championship. Next, the NJPW World TV Champion, currently Hiroshi Tanahashi. I say he's going to put some young guy over with it, whether it's this guy or the guy before this guy. But I say Yo is going to go into the new year with it. The strong open weight champion, currently Eddie Kingston. I think Eddie Kingston is going to be the last strong open weight champion, because I think they're getting rid of those strong championships this year, considering they ended the show. They've got too many belts with all these strong belts, and I think them giving Eddie the strong title in the Triple Crown is kind of their way of saying sayonara, we don't care about you. So I think they're gonna unite the championships or just straight up cut the strong title. Now, the IWGP Women's Champion, currently, I think it's Mayu Iwatani. Based on what I'm seeing on social media, because I don't watch Stardom, unfortunately, I think Tekla is going to win that championship. She's gotten a whole new look. I think she just came back in a mysterious kind of fashion with this new appearance. I think at some point she's going to win it during the year and go into the new year with it. The Strong Women's Champion, I think they're going to unite these championships with the IWGP Women's Champion. Tekla and Julia, who is the current champion, they had history being in the same faction, and Julia is going to be going to WWE after she helps with Rossi's new promotion, she said. So I think we're going to have Tekla versus Julia, or uniting those championships, and Tekla is going to be the last strong women's champion. Next, the IWGP Tag Team Champions, currently GOD, and I think it only makes sense for Bullet Club War Dogs to have those championships and hold on to them for a while. They seem to be kind of the most prominent tag team right now, especially story-wise, and especially now that GOD is the champions, Bullet Club War Dogs getting them and holding on to them only makes sense. Next, the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, currently Bullet Club War Dogs. I say at some point, House of Torture is going to get them. Red Narita and Show, and they're going to hold on to them for the new year, go into the new year with them, and go into Wrestle Kingdom with them, most importantly. That's one thing to remember with all these championships. Who's going to Wrestle Kingdom with these? Next, the Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions. I think it's going to be GOD, because they'll be the last. Whether they unite the championships or just erase them. Finally, the Never Openweight 6-man Tag Team Champions, currently Okada, Tanahashi, and Ishii. This one was tough because there's not... It's a very strange title in that it just goes to kind of whoever. So I think it's going to be just 5 guys. I don't know which 3 of the 5, but I think it's going to be just 5 guys. That's kind of just a guess. Those are my predictions for 2025. We will return to these come New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. So tune in then, and I will see you all next time. Have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.